Hi, I'm Dave Norris, and I thought we would take a few minutes to listen to another of the old radio interviews that I have and I've had for a long time stored on cassette tapes. Let me ask you, how many of you remember watching Sky King on Saturday mornings? It was sort of Roy Rogers in an airplane. I loved the show. Well, back in 1981, I got a chance to sit down for just a couple of minutes with Kirby Grant, who played Sky King on the TV show for many years. Now, the show actually began on radio back in 1946 and was based on a story by Roy Windsor. The series had a strong Western element to it. Cattle Rancher King usually captured criminals and spies and found lost hikers, though he did so with the use of an airplane they called Songbird. There were actually 3 airplanes used by Sky King in the series, a Cessna T-50, and then later on 2 Cessna 310s. Sky King and his niece Penny lived on the Flying Crown Ranch near the fictitious town of Grover, Arizona. Now, there was a character, Clipper, who was Penny's brother, also appeared during the first season of the show. I loved the series. It ran on Saturday mornings for many years, and at the 1981 Dayton Airfair, as it was called at the time, I had the chance to meet Kirby Grant and sit down and talk with him for just a couple of minutes while the air show, as you will hear, went on around us. He was a super nice guy and ended up signing a photo for me. So let's take a couple of minutes with Kirby Grant, better known as Sky King.
In the media tent at the Dayton Airfair, I have run into Kirby Grant, better known to most people as Sky King.
Dave, it's good to see you. What do you think of our show?
Oh, it's incredible. This is my second airfair, and is this your first time up here?
No, I've been here 4 times. I'm practically a permanent fixture.
What is Sky King doing these days?
Well, Sky King is down in Florida working for the SeaWorld Corporation at Florida Festival. I'm what you might call a glorified gopher.
A glorified gopher.
Well, I do a lot of PR for them. I help put Florida Festival together. And, of course, I come up to things like the airfare here, and I've made a whole tour on this, and we'll be doing after this on my way back to Florida. Television interviews, radio, newspaper, you name it.
We should mention that the air show is going on currently, so there's an awful lot of noise behind us here. How many years did you do Sky King, the TV show?
We started in 1952, and then we had a hiatus, and Nabisco picked it up, and we were networked from 55 through 67.
Did you actually fly the Songbird?
I did some of the flying, but we had some technical people from the Cessna Corporation in Wichita that did a lot of the flying and made me look awful good.
I seem to recall some years ago, I saw you on a news program out of Columbus, Ohio. There was some talk that the Cessna 310 that you used toward the end of the series, was that from Columbus? Is that where you picked that aircraft up?
No, that was from Wichita. And when we finished using it, it belonged to the corporation. When we finished using it, they took it back and they auctioned it off. And I'm sure they got much more for it than they would have ordinarily.
There was actually, at least 2 Songbirds, wasn't there?
Yes, actually 3. Up until the time I had open heart surgery and I couldn't fly anymore.
I'm really pleased that you took the time to talk to us. And before I get out of here, I want an autograph.
Oh, I'd be happy to, David.
Okay, thank you very much. Sky King.
There you go. A couple of minutes with Kirby Grant, better known as Sky King. That was in 1981, And sadly, in October of 1985, Kirby Grant was killed in an auto accident west of Titusville in Florida. It was about 8 a.m. on October 30th, 1985. 3 vehicles were traveling eastbound in single file. Grant was in the third vehicle. He pulled out of line to the left to pass both vehicles in front of him when the middle car also pulled out to pass at the same time. To avoid the collision, Grant swerved further left, went onto the shoulder of the oncoming lane, then overcorrected all the way back to the right when his vehicle left the roadway and spun into a ditch which contained 3 feet of standing water. Kirby Grant was thrown out of his car into the water. A passerby pulled him out, and he was taken to Jess Parish Hospital in Titusville, but was pronounced dead on arrival. That morning, Grant was en route to the Kennedy Space Center to watch the last successful launch of the Space Shuttle Challenger. He was to have been honored by the astronauts for encouraging aviation and spaceflight. He was 73 years old. So there you have my few minutes with Kirby Grant, Sky King.